Hi friends, welcome back to MRT Learning. In previous video we discussed about location of India. I already told that in the coming videos also I will discuss about the geography of India. So now today we are going to discuss about the relief features, or it is also called as physiographic divisions. So those who are seeing the first time my videos, please subscribe my channel for further videos. I am making the subject pretty good and easy that you can able to understand. So in this video I am going to discuss completely about the relief features and the physiographic divisions in a simple way that you can able to understand. So let's start our session. Relief features of India. Relief features of India means, what is the meaning of relief? Relief means high and low areas. High and low areas means examples of low areas, plains, plateaus, those all are low areas. High areas means hills, mountains, these all are high areas. So what kind of high areas and low areas we have? That means plains, plateaus, hills. We have 6 relief features. How many relief features we have? 6 relief features we have. Those all are Himalayas, Indo-Gangetic Plain, Peninsular Plateau, coastal plains, islands, deserts. These are the relief features of India. So you have to remember this. How you have to remember these 6 relief features? With a small word you can remember that the small word is HIP CID. HIP, HIP CID. H means Himalayas, I Indo-Gangetic Plain, P Peninsular Plateau, C coastal plains, I islands, D deserts. So 6 relief features you got. So very easy and very simple. What are the 6 relief features? HIP CID. HIP-CID. Himalayas, Indo-Gangetic Plain, Peninsular Plateau, coastal plain, islands, deserts. Very easy. So before going to the brief explanation of these 6 relief features, first of all I have to give clarity regarding the Indian states and union territories. So many are confusing how many states are there in India and how many union territories are there in India. So we have presently we have 28 states and 8 union territories. So many members are confusing regarding the states and union territories of India. Presently we have 28 states and 8 union territories. How? Actually, after the division of Telangana from Andhra Pradesh, we have 29 states. But recently, what happened? This Jammu and Kashmir is removed from the states and it is added to the union territories. That means this Jammu and Kashmir is divided into 2 union territories. So, this is Jammu and Kashmir and this is Ladakh. So 2 union territories. Okay, now previously what we have 29 states and 7 union territories we have. When after the division of Telangana from Andhra Pradesh, we have 29 states and 7 union territories only. But what happened? So from these 29 states, one state, Jammu and Kashmir, is removed. So one state is removed. So then how many states we have? 28 states we have. Okay, 28 states we have. Okay, now it is okay. Now what happened? This state is divided into 2 and 2 it declared as a union territories. That means Jammu and Kashmir is 1 union territory, Ladakh is 1 union territory. That means 7 union territories plus this 2 union territories is added. Then what happens? 9 union territories we have. But I wrote here 8 union territories. Why I wrote 8 union territories means because in this 9 union territories, what happened? Daman and Diu and Dadra Nagar Haveli. These are the 2 union territories which are near to each other. What they did means our central government took decision to make these 2 union territories as a single union territory for the better administration. That means Dadra Nagar Haveli and Daman and Diu, now it both is considered as a 1 union territory. Previously those all are considered as a individual territory. Daman and Diu one territory and Dadra Nagar Haveli is another territory, union territory. But now what they did, they combined these two union territories as a single union territory for a better administration. So from these 9, 2 union territories are made as a one union territory. So what happens now, we have 8 union territories. So this is very important, and this this idea about this Jammu and Kashmir and Ladakh, Dadra Nagar Haveli and Daman and Diu, these all are recent current affairs. These all are recently made changes. So you have to aware this. Okay now, 28 states and 8 union territories presently we have. Don't get confused. Now coming to 6 relief features in brief we can discuss in this video. In this video I will discuss only deserts and islands. From bottom to I will explain. So now I will discuss about deserts and islands. In relief features we are going to discuss about the desert part. So in India we have only one desert, that is Thar Desert. Thar Desert is also known as Great Indian Desert because we have only one desert, that is Thar Desert, or it is also called as Great Indian Desert. And another thing, Thar Desert spread in 2 countries. Thar Desert is also spread in Pakistan and at the same time in India. 15% of the Thar Desert is in Pakistan and 85% of the Thar Desert is in India. In India, where we can see this Thar Desert means in the northwest to India, in the northwest direction to India. That means, so here you can see the Thar Desert. So this is the Thar Desert. Here 85% of the Thar Desert we can see in India and the 15% we can see in Pakistan. And another thing, in which direction the Thar Desert is located to? Rajasthan. So already we know where is Thar Desert. Thar Desert is located in Rajasthan. And another important thing you have to remember, that Rajasthan is the largest state in India in terms of area. In terms of area, what is the largest state? Rajasthan is the largest state. And here in Rajasthan, to west side of Rajasthan, the Thar Desert is located. To which direction of India the Thar Desert is located? To northwest of India, to west of Rajasthan. So you have to remember these 2 things. For whole country it is in the northwest. For Rajasthan it is west side. Next, it is the 17th largest desert in the world. So if you take all the deserts, in that Thar Desert is the 17th largest desert with 2 lakh kilometers. How many kilometers? With 2 lakhs kilometers area. With spread of 2 lakh kilometers, it is the 17th largest desert in the world. And here another important thing you have to remember, that in Thar Desert we can't see the rivers. In Thar Desert we can't see the rivers. Only one river we can see, that also during the rainfall we can see that river, and that river is Luni River. What is that river name? Luni River. It is the only river that we can see in the Thar Desert, that also during the rainfall. And another thing, to which direction this Thar Desert is located? To Aravallis. Of course we can see here Aravallis is there. Aravalli mountains are there, are spread in Rajasthan. To which direction of Aravallis this Thar Desert is? We can say it is in the leeward side of Aravallis. Leeward side of Aravallis. What is the meaning of leeward side of Rajasthan? Leeward side of Aravallis. Why we are considering this point as a important? Because see once, these are the mountains. Example I am telling, see, these are the mountains. So clouds are traveling. So due to the wind force, we all know that clouds are formed. Where we can see the formation of clouds? We can see the formation of clouds on the seas, rivers and oceans. There only evaporation take place and the clouds will form on the seas. How the winds, how the clouds are coming near to us on our land parts? Because of wind. Because of that wind force, the clouds are traveling on the lands and the rainfall is occurring. Okay, now here see, very important thing, the clouds are coming towards this direction. When the clouds are coming near to these mountains, because of this slope, what happens, the wind direction is traveling like this. When it come near to the mountains, because of this slope, the wind direction changes towards the upward direction. That means the wind blow towards upward. What happened then? Clouds also will travel upwards. So when clouds are moving high elevation, then what happens means the small water droplets become big water droplets, and the clouds are unable to bear that water droplets, and it start bursting. That means it start giving the rainfall. So with a nominal height, clouds can't burst out. That means clouds can't give rainfall. But when the cloud height is increased, because of cool temperature, the water droplet size becomes big, and the clouds also become heavier, and it can't hold that water at anymore, and it start bursting. That means rainfall will start. So here also same. So clouds are traveling in a straight direction. When it come near to the mountains, because of the slope, the wind is changing its direction towards the upwards. Then what happens, the clouds also changing the direction and moving upwards. Then the cloud size become big, and it start bursting, and the rainfall will occur. So total rain we can see this side only. So after the clouds are travel to this direction, what happens, the clouds will come with empty. That means total rainfall we can see in this direction only, to this side only. But after the rainfall, these clouds will travel towards, to this side with a very low quantity of rains. That means very low rainfall clouds we can see. Like that, this Aravalli is also, Rajasthan is also located to the leeward side of Aravallis. If you take, these are Aravallis. What happened, the total rainfall, maximum rainfall is occurring this side. So this side we can see very low rainfall. This is the leeward side of Aravallis. So Rajasthan having very low rainfall. So because of these mountains also we can say one of the reason. Now you have, now you can understand this, the meaning of this rainfall. This type of rainfall is called as orographic rainfall. Orographic rainfall is, we have different types of rainfall. We have cyclonic rainfall, seasonal rainfall, and orographic rainfall. This is comes under the category of orographic rainfall. And even Rayalaseema is considered as a drought prone area because of low rainfall. Why they are getting the low rainfall means because of Western Ghats. Rayalaseema is located near to the Western Ghats. What happened? Rainfall is total occurring backside of the Western Ghats. Total rainfall we can see. But after the completion of that rainfall, the clouds are coming with a low quantity of rainfall towards the Rayalaseema. So then what happened? There is a low rainfall, and it is considered as a drought prone area. Now you have, I'm expecting that you have understand this. Okay, next. How much rainfall we can see in this Thar Desert means 100 to 500 mm per year. Per year we can consider, we can see hardly 100 to 500 mm of rainfall. Now, but how the vegetation, whatever the vegetation are there in Thar Desert, we can see very low vegetation, very low plants, very low animals, all this. So, and people also very low populated we can see nearby that desert. Then how these all are living with the help of Indira Gandhi Canal? How these people are living there without rivers, without rainfalls? How they are living means because of this Indira Gandhi Canal. Indira Gandhi Canal is the largest canal in India with 650 kilometers. How many kilometers? With 650 kilometers. Indira Gandhi Canal is considered as a largest canal, and it is useful for the conservation of water for the future use. So this is the complete info about the Thar Desert. So very important, you have to remember and make it as a mind map to understand easily. I hope you understand, because I wrote each and every point in a crispy manner that you can able to understand. Third desert, it is also considered as Great Indian Desert. To which direction of India it is located? To the northwest to India, and 85% of Thar desert we can see in India, and 15% of Thar desert we can see in Pakistan. Now it is the 17th largest desert in the world with 2 lakh kilometers. To which direction it is located? To Rajasthan, means west to Rajasthan. What is the only river that we can see? Luni river. Next, to which direction of Aravallis this Thar desert is located? Thar desert is located towards the leeward side of Aravallis. Very low rainfall. And how much quantity we can see there? Means 100 to 500 mm. Next, so how they are living, how they are getting water? Means they are getting water with the help of Indira Gandhi Canal. Indira Gandhi Canal is the largest canal in India with 650 kilometers. With the help of this, the people who are living nearby this desert and the vegetation animals are getting water. So this is about desert.